So I kind of want to talk about this, just because I kind of want to talk about this. Things can be inferred if you so wish. I just want to talk about this because it's where my mind is at with things. And I have done actions recently, and from those actions, I believe
there would be judgment.
And I believe that the actions that I have taken shouldn't be taken lightly and should require thought to make sure doing the right thing. So, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I think I've pinned down what exactly it is I'm just not willing to accept anymore. That if you push me with that shit, I just don't fucking care to talk to you. Pinned down exactly what it is. And it's the flat earther thing. All over again. So, we're going to go through the flat earther mindset again. I almost said one more time. Something tells me this is going to be the last time I do this video. We're going to go through it again. I'm going to talk about flat earthers. I'm only going to be talking about flat earthers. If you guys are capable of drawing parallels between what I'm talking about and other things, God bless you. Because that is kind of the point. But so as to not give anybody any fucking... Because I'm talking about all you assholes. None of you fucking specifically. So shove it up your ass if you think I'm talking just about you. No. Fucking all three of you ass fucks. Anyways. So, flat earthers. Man, I heard about this shit for the first fucking time. Other than in grade school. I heard about it from Dennis. When we were living together. Like 2003, 4, some shit like that. Man, fucking, I don't even know. Dennis comes home one day and he sits down. He starts fucking around with his game and shit like that. And he goes, he's like, have you heard about this flat Earth thing? There's people that think the Earth is flat again. And I'm like, what, why? Man, I thought we figured this shit out, I don't know, thousands of years ago, and I thought it was kind of confirmed in the 60s, it was 69, when we fucking went to the moon. Like, okay, I'm like, wait, alright, what is this? And he starts going into, right? It's a whole question about Antarctica. Why is nobody allowed to go to Antarctica? And I said, because you die there. Like that. And they don't want dumb motherfuckers to try and go on vacation to Antarctica. Because they'll fucking die. Like that. Because stupid people do stupid shit. All the fucking time. So yeah, we kind of tend to make the most dangerous places that you can just go for no fucking reason. I just want to go. We make that shit illegal. It's why you have to go on guided fucking tours to go to the top of volcanoes and shit like that. You can't just fucking run up the mountain. Like, you know what I mean? That's why if you're going to climb Everest, you know, you get a guy, you get a Sherpa. Like, there's ways in which you do shit if you want to do the really fucking dangerous shit. But the one thing that we just don't do, because fuck you, why the fuck do you need to do that? We don't go to fucking Antarctica. For shit. People go down there to study what's going on in Antarctica. Beyond that, fuck it, it's cold. You die. Like that. Like, so that's why it's fucking illegal. And he's like, well, yeah, but they think it's because Earth is flat. And that's the wall. And I went, the wall? And he goes, yeah, it keeps the water in. Even me saying it now, I can't help but fucking laugh. And I'm like, so Antarctica is a wall. And he's like, yeah, essentially it's ice that's all around the edge of the flat earth. And I'm like, but we've gone underneath it, and we've gone over top of it. And he's like, well, nobody's flown over it. And I'm like, people have flown over it, Dennis. I'm like, all manner of people have flown over it. And then I started I had to get on my computer, because this was back then. Couldn't just jump on my phone. So I had to actually go start up my computer and be like, here, dude, this dude flew over fucking Antarctica. And this is all shots from underneath Antarctica. This is not fucking... How the fuck is it going to keep all the water in if there's this giant gap between the fucking... the dish and the fucking ice that's sitting on top? Like, what? And he's like, well, I thought it was intriguing. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, it's interesting, all the points that they were making. And I'm like, they were making points to you? I'm like, what? I'm like, did you fucking believe the earth was flat? And he's like, no, I didn't believe it. I'm like, did you fucking believe the earth was flat? And he's like, no, I didn't believe the earth was flat. I said it was interesting. The points they were making. Mostly about Antarctica. Because they were talking about this guy that went to Antarctica and he wrote that he saw just a sheer fucking cliff wall. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, dude. I'm like, alright, well, hey. I'm like, if you want to believe in fucking flat earth and dial back your brain a couple thousand years, have fun with that shit. But you're retarded because you believe the earth is flat. And he's like, I don't think the earth is flat. I know the earth is round. And I'm like, alright, dude, whatever. And every once in a while, I still tease him about that shit because it was funny to me. He believed the earth was flat. Because he had gotten convinced. Started thinking, fuck. It is illegal to go to Antarctica. Why is that? And he just thought that was where it ended. Why is that? Because obviously the earth is flat. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't think beyond why. He didn't try to rationalize for himself why that is. He just went, why is that? The earth is flat. They're hiding it from us. Right? It went from probably because it's fucking cold and extraordinarily hostile and extremely dangerous. And they don't want fucking morons just going down there and dying because that's stupid. So we are going to protect you from yourselves and just say, don't fucking go down there. You're not allowed. But I watched fucking, I don't even know how many seasons of Japanese whaling ships and American fucking hippies trying to stop the Japanese whaling ships, right? And they were all sailing around Antarctica. So, well, I don't know. How exactly illegal is it? Do they have people patrolling every square inch of Antarctica? I don't think so. So you could probably fucking go down there if you want. Have fun. It's cold. I'll stay here, where it's nowhere near as cold, yet still cold. But fuck that. It's way cold down there. Fuck all that. No. So, you know what I mean? Didn't think beyond the question and just believed the answer that was provided. Because, right? And, like, that's bad enough. That's how they get sucked into. It's a subtle manipulation, right? They point out this one thing. Well, why is nobody allowed to go to Antarctica? What are they hiding down there? Right? They go from what could possibly be the most realistic reason as to why to obviously they're hiding something. And what could they possibly be hiding? That the earth is flat. Right? Like, how the fuck we make these leaps, I'll never understand. Some people make these leaps. They see, you know, a video. And they go, well, that's fucking, you know, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. But yet, I didn't see exactly this one specific thing. And that's another thing that the flat earthers do. Can you show me a picture of the earth? Yeah, here's a picture of the earth. No. That's a composite picture of the earth. Ooh, somebody learned their word of the day. Awesome. Okay, so it's a composite picture of the earth. Fucking, who cares? It's a picture of the earth from space. No. That's some shit that they piece together. They take pictures of the fucking plate and then they piece it all together and make it look like it's round. And I'm like, so because it's a composite picture, obviously they're hiding something, and that thing that they're hiding is the earth is flat. Can you show me a whole picture of the earth, like just a non-composite picture of a round earth? Can you show me that? Yeah, here you go. Where'd you get that from? NASA. They're the ones that are lying to us about the earth being flat. I'm gonna believe anything that NASA shows me? Pfft, fuck no. But NASA's the only one publishing pictures of space shit. Exactly. Because there is no such thing as space shit. All they do is lie and make it up. Right? And right there, the argument's over. Right there, the argument's over. There's no more fucking argument. The only argument is you have to sit and watch an hour-and-a-half long movie that I kind of call mental retardation, but what it's actually called is 100 Proofs That the Earth is Flat. And it's by Eric Dumbass Dubay. Right? And this fucking idiot comes up with genius shit. Like, if you were to take a cannon and fire it straight up in the air, why does the cannonball come back down into the cannon? Why, if the earth is moving, wouldn't it drop somewhere on either side of it? Because the earth is moving, and the earth has an atmosphere. And that atmosphere moves in tandem with the earth in what they call geosynchronous orbit. It moves just as fast as the earth does. Right? And anything that moves within that atmosphere is also traveling at the same speed. Our atmosphere is also weighted down by our gravity. So, you shoot a cannonball straight up in the air, even though the cannon is moving on the earth, right? And it would be moving out from underneath the cannonball, right? Like, that's the way it goes. It goes, woo, that's the earth moving. The cannon goes, and then the cannon goes, whoa, I'm still going, buddy. And then the fucking thing comes down in Cincinnati, right? And no, because all of the fucking air above us, that's all moving with us. That's why they don't lift off in a plane, go, thank God you guys were going east, and then fucking land 5 seconds later, go, we're here, bitches! Teleportation. Because the air is also moving against the fucking plane. If children are playing on a merry-go-round and they're spinning on the merry-go-round at top speed, they would fly off. They say that the earth travels at however many fucking billion miles per hour, whatever the fuck it is. Why aren't we all flung off? Well, because there's a huge difference between miles per hour and revolutions per day. And the earth revolves one time per day. I am right now in this spot in relation to all heavenly bodies. The sun, Mars, Venus. I am as far away from all of those places right in this instant as I will be tomorrow at the exact same fucking time. I will travel from this point on the earth all the way around to this point, and it will take me one full day. Now you take a child try and herd that ant with a spoon and keep it in the same position on the same merry-go-round. But make sure that where they are facing you is exactly where they are 1 day later, a full revolution of the merry-go-round. And watch them fly off of it, because you're so right. That's why we don't spin off the earth, because we go around once. One time. If we were going around thousands of times, yeah, we'd fucking fly off. Are you kidding me? This bitch would be spinning so fast. What? No! But it would be going millions of miles per hour to make it spin thousands of times in a day. It's very big, the Earth. Quite massive, actually. Things get distorted. And when you're on ground level and you look out, that's why shit looks flat. Because you're not standing on a marble. You're standing on a planet. They don't understand that shit. And they go, where'd you get that from? Science. NASA? Yeah. They always come back to this thing. Why it's bullshit, because of this. I don't believe it because that's what they say. And they have an agenda. They're hiding God from us, because if we knew the earth was flat, then it would prove all the things written in the Bible. Oh. They're not hiding God from us. And if the earth actually was flat, boy, that'd be crazy. Because, man, I'd be wicked fucking pissed that God is right now shitting snow all over me, because we shouldn't have seasons. Ever. But we do. Weird as that is on our flat earth. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many simplistic ways. And the easiest of ways is to go, look, there's film of fucking round earth, man. You see, go to the International Space Station YouTube channel. It's actually fun to watch. It's really actually, like, if you ever keep, like, just want to keep something on in the background that's kind of soothing, put on the International Space Station channel. I'm dead fucking serious. They play very nice, very soothing music, and you just sit and watch space and the fucking earth. Nothing really happens, except every once in a while, the feed gets cut. Right? But it'll only be cut for like 5 minutes or so. Weirdest thing, right? And sometimes it'll just cut, but not until after lights start to go across the screen. It's the craziest fucking thing. And lights start to move across the screen, and sometimes fucking all manner of lights are just fucking going everywhere, and then the feed goes dead, and it's like, fucking aliens. Obviously they're hiding aliens. Right? That's what's happening when the International Space Station live feed goes dead. There's absolutely no other reason other than aliens, right? The fucking thing sits on all day, and then lights start going across the fucking screen, and bam, goes out. Fucking aliens. I'm telling you. Or you could go to the website, I don't remember what it's called. My dad always looks it up. I can't remember what it's called. But just Google how much fucking trash is in outer space. Right? And there is it's a digital 3D map where then they are somehow able to track every piece of just debris that is around the earth, and oh my god, the amount of shit. And that shit goes fast. Like, that shit travels with a fair degree of velocity, right? It spins around the earth pretty quick. So, you know, you see these lights turn on, go really fast, and then turn off. Obviously that's aliens. Or some piece of fucking trash reflected the light, is traveling wicked quick because it's orbiting in space, and it turned, you know, slow because it's in space, and as it's turning, you know, it's reflecting the light, reflecting the light, reflecting the light, and then it turns to where it's not doing it anymore. It goes out. Maybe. I mean, who knows? Could be aliens. Could be trash. It all depends on what you want to see, right? That's all it is. You can look at the Earth spinning and go, that's all CGI. The most amazing, most realistic CGI I've ever seen in my life. I should be having far more realistic dragons in movies these days. God damn it. And considering that they've been CGIing that shit from the fucking 70s, they should have gotten a hell of a lot better at it by now. We should have had a really good Captain America movie. In 1980 or whatever the fuck it was they made that movie. But it was a piece of shit. Red Skull looked fucking... Ugh. Looked awful. It just looked fucking awful. What, 30 years later, you know, we get fucking Agent Red Skull. Red Skull Smith. Right? And he looked really fucking cool. I mean, it's still goofy. But he looked pretty cool. Why didn't we have that in the 70s, man? Why were we dealing with the fucking aliens? Could have been so much better. If they would have used the technology they were using to CGI all the Earth shit. From space. You know what I mean? Like... But it's that mindset, man. It's that dug-in mindset. And you find it in leftists. You find it all the time in leftists. Well, I didn't see it happen. Well, okay, I see what it's looking like it's being portrayed as to happen, but I don't know. You know what I mean? No matter what you show them. Donald Trump said, go riot. No, he didn't. He said, go peacefully and patriotically. Yell at the building. And I saw that. Like, I was there for that. I saw that video. I watched it. I was in the car driving home when he said this shit. Right? God damn it. Charge my battery. I heard the man say, peacefully and patriotically. Those were his words. And then I watched the impeachment trial. And I did not hear him say peacefully and patriotically. I was watching a video of him. But he didn't say peacefully and patriotically. So which video is real? Which one was reality? The one where he said peacefully and patriotically? Or the one where he never said that? Well, obviously I think it's the one where he never said that. That's obviously the one, because the rest of it is CGI. They CGI'd that shit and dubbed it over after the fact to protect him. You know what I mean? Like, because I can't understand. I don't know. I've never had anybody actually say that. I gotta admit, I've never actually had that argument thrown at me. But nevertheless, I wouldn't be surprised if I did. Because it's that fucking mindset. The explanation is it's fake. Why? Why is that the explanation? Or it could be because you need to get a whole lot of little pictures of the Earth up close so that you can get any manner of fucking detail. Have you ever seen the pictures of just the Earth? You see land masses, sure. That's fucking it. People want to see the Great Wall of China and shit. Maybe you can see that from space, you know? Well, not. I mean, it depends on how far in space you are. If you're far enough to get just a shot of the Earth, no. You can't see that shit from that far away. But people want to see it. People want to see lakes and shit. They want to see things. So, you get a shit ton of little pictures close up. And then you piece it all together. I have a photo mosaic poster. I'm not going to take it out. I was going to show it to you guys, but then I was like, oh, it's rolled up and God knows fucking where it is. So, and I might not even have it. I might have chucked that shit out. I have no clue. So, at one point, I had a photo mosaic picture of Darth Vader. It was all pictures from, Star Wars. It's just still shots from Star Wars. And it was all Darth Vader. And I could say, well, that's a picture of Luke Skywalker. Because, yeah, there was a shit ton of Luke Skywalker pictures in there. Or I could go, well, that's a picture of Darth Vader. But just because I'm looking at a bunch of little pictures that have made up a bigger picture of Darth, that doesn't mean that Darth Vader never existed. That doesn't make that character in those movies a fucking figment of my imagination. Right? I mean, David Prowse, I don't know if he's still alive or not, but he was alive back then. He played Darth Vader. James Earl Jones did the voice. David Prowse was the actor. Right? So, yeah, he was real. He was a dude in a suit, but that dude in the suit was real. And I have a collage picture of him. Doesn't make him fake. This is it. The dude existed. Name was David Prowse. He was also in Clockwork Orange. Right? So, yeah. Just because it's a composite picture doesn't mean it. Like, why do you automatically go straight to fake? Because you need it to be true. Because otherwise you're an idiot. Like, and that's the trap. I think ultimately, and this is when I started talking poker terms. You get to the point where you're what's called pot committed. Right? I have thrown in my lot so much now that if I were to even begin to attempt to say, alright, I really have to rethink things now, that would crush my worldview. It's why you're never going to get a leftist to ever think that Donald Trump is anything other than the Antichrist. And that anybody that supports him or agrees with any of his fucking policies is racist. And that all of his fucking policies were driven by his greed to enrich himself. You're never going to get him to believe anything else. Because that's just, it's it for them. They've thrown, I mean, think about it. At this point, what would it take to apologize for that? The last 4 years. For buying into Russia. Like, dude, if people ever have to confront the fact that they went all in on the pissing Russian hooker dossier that came out during the fucking primaries, and everybody laughed at that and went, really, pissing Russian hooker? And that was everything it got. Until the man was elected president. And then all of a sudden you didn't hear about pissing Russian hookers anymore. You heard all about collusion. The pissing Russian hookers all of a sudden was the thing we just all hope you all forget. And I forgot about it until my dad mentioned something about this Steele dossier. And I said, Steele dossier? Why the fuck does that sound familiar to me? And then it dawned on me. Wait a minute. That was the thing during the primaries when he was running against all of the Republicans. That was the pissing Russian hooker things, wasn't it? And my dad goes, yeah, I remember that. And I'm like, they're getting all this fucking up in arms about the pissing Russian hooker story? Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? And I couldn't take it serious from there on. But everybody else forgot about pissing Russian hookers. And a whole lot of leftists went, collusion. And they forgot all about pissing Russian hookers. You know, like the line that goes too far, and now I know it's a troll. You know what I mean? Like, they forgot about that shit. And every time you brought it up, they just wouldn't fucking talk. I don't even know what you're talking about with that. I'm talking about the same thing you are. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I don't care about that. What we're talking about right now is collusion. No, we're talking about the pissing Russian hooker story. Like, what the... No, the earth is round. No, it's flat. I can't have those arguments anymore. We cannot argue reality. The earth is fucking round. That's a fact, right? I did a whole thing where I said if we can at least start there, then we can get somewhere maybe. Apparently no. Because just because you acknowledge that the earth is fucking round, that doesn't mean that you don't believe that somewhere else the earth is flat. There is some other subject that you have gone all in on with flat earth. You're just flat earthing it all. Every time I say anything, I get a flat earther response. It's bullshit, they made it up, I didn't see it. That's all I get over and over and over again. And it almost instantly now pisses me off. I've been able to deal with it for years from people, and now I can't fucking handle it anymore. And it all depends on which part of the earth is flat to you. Right? If it's the Donald Trump flat earth part, hey man, I can argue that until I realize that I'm just beating my head on the wall, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just annoy me because you can't help yourself because you're a stupid lefty. You know, that's the reason why we have the Time article where stupid lefties were bragging about how we cheated. Ha! And nobody's going to do anything about it because Joe Biden's president and we control everything. So we can actually write an article laying out in detail how we cheated. And what the fuck are you going to do, bitches? You notice YouTube hasn't fucking struck or removed any of my videos? Right? Because they don't need to keep reminding us that Joe Biden's the president. You remember when we still had a tag on videos for like 3 or 4 weeks after the inauguration that said Joe Biden's president? Believe us, believe us. After about a week, I was like, you're trying to convince yourselves at this point. Because I just don't buy it. Because of the fact that you keep telling me that. Right? And then the Time article comes out and I go, now why do I believe that though? Why am I willing to believe that there's a mighty cabal made up of leftists and activists and the news people and big tech and corporations and politicians? That they all colluded together, right? Like the Russians. And they all colluded together to fucking make this grand scheme to all figure out a way to just overthrow Donald Trump and make sure to install fucking Joe Biden because he's so badass, right? Well, why the fuck would I believe that? Sounds insane. Well, because I watched as they talked about Hunter Biden. And then everybody said, we're going to fucking remove you if you talk about Hunter Biden. And then after the election and Joe Biden had won, well, now we're talking about not only Hunter Biden, but the fact that he'd been investigated for years! And stories come out saying, man, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden. That was big tech, the media, and activists that went out there and buried that Hunter Biden story. That months later we found out was not only real, not Russian fucking propaganda, but it's been going on for years. That right there makes me go, well, obviously, big tech, the media, and activists teamed up to crush that fucking story. And politicians too. Right? Because remember, we're not even going to talk about that. That's Russian propaganda. That's all Russian misinformation. They're meddling in our election again. Right? Thank God we established that Russia and everybody else meddle in our election. So that now, when we meddle in our election, we can blame them. Right? I watched it happen. For months I talked about it. That's why I believed the Time article. Because I watched it happen. For months, I talked about it. Big tech, politicians, activists, teaming up. Right? Did anybody remember the riots that happened last summer? Or has everybody already forgotten? Have we already drank our daily dose of the waters of Lethe and we just don't fucking remember anymore? Shit that happened over the summer. What did we see? Activists teaming up with the media and politicians and corporations to push an agenda. A very anti-Trump, pro, whatever, not Trump, message. It's fucking weird. Why on earth would I believe the Time article? Because I saw it unfold with my own fucking eyes. So yeah, I believe it. And I talk about the Time News article. And I posted the link. I actually did something that I almost never do and always get yelled for not doing. I posted the fucking link to the Time article. Not only that, I put it in the description and nobody reads the description. Almost nobody. There's like one dude, I think, that every once in a while I'll be like, I read the description. You know what I mean? And I thought it was funny. You know? But nobody else fucking reads it. And I've tried to train you guys to read it. It didn't fucking take. Except for the one dude. He reads the fucking description. Nobody else does. So what do? When I say I'll post it in the description, or when I say maybe I should post it, I put it on a fucking screen. It said link in description. To make sure you had all the necessary information in order to go and fucking read the article yourself. And you know what I heard? Donald Trump said it's fake news for 4 years. I'm agreeing with Donald Trump. This is fake news. Oh, how crushing of a response. Get the fuck off my channel. I'm done with you. I'm just fucking done with you. Right? You know what I mean? This kind of shit. And that asshole deserved it. I had fucking gone back and forth with him. The same stupid shit. Rowdy fucking rowdy. Over and over and over again. For years. Put something up. Donald Trump says it's fake news. I say it's fake news too. Oh, how witty. I'm tired of it. I have zero fucking patience for it. And the thing, honestly, when it comes down to it, even that, it's obnoxious, it's annoying. It's the arrogance. Arrogance. You fucking tell me the earth is flat, and I tell you you're stupid. And you link me Eric Dubay's 100 Proofs the Earth is Flat, and say something fucking arrogant as fuck like, read them and weep. The fuck out of my life. I got no time for your stupid ass. Seriously. The earth is round. Donald Trump was, in fact, best president ever. They made pins that say it. He's the best president ever. It's a fucking fact. I have a silver coin that I got, I think, in his fucking first year in office, second year in office. And it has a whole list of amazing achievements that he then went to go and dwarf. Because this shit wasn't good enough for him. He didn't do enough good by the American people. He had to strive to do more. That's reality. So, at the end of the day, somebody said in the comments, just because you give up on somebody, it doesn't mean that you don't care. It means you realize they don't care. You know? Like that's, and I was like, damn right. Like that's exactly what it fucking is. I care a lot. And I will give people years to annoy me, piss me off. Until finally, I'm just like, look. Why? Why the fuck am I continuing to do this with you? So that is why, if you don't want to get on my shit list to that degree, don't argue like a flat earther. If I throw out some facts, some video, some articles, don't then say, well, that's not agreeing with me, so the earth is flat. That's all I hear. That's all I hear. The earth is flat. Over and over again, the earth is flat. I can't fucking take it. Because it's one thing to argue as to whether or not the earth is flat. Honestly, that shit's just funny to me. But this, like, a lot of this shit is fucking lies. Right? It was an extremely bad idea for Cuomo to put sick people in nursing homes. It was an extremely bad idea a year ago for Cuomo to put sick people in nursing homes. I believe I mentioned something a year ago about what a bad idea it was to put sick people in nursing homes. And nothing happened. He won an Emmy and wrote a book about his amazing fucking leadership. And they praised him up one side and down the other, and I threw up. Just a little bit in my mouth. And I'm sitting here going, that dude murdered like hundreds of old people. Silly me. I didn't realize it was thousands even at that point. Nevertheless, he had murdered hundreds of old people with his shit policy. And what are we doing here? Right? And a scant year later, everybody drinks their fucking amnesia fluid. And now, oh my God, I can't believe Cuomo killed all those old people. Did I go into the past? Or was I watching the future before? Because I don't understand. I feel like I've done this before. I feel like I've said all this before. Why is this news all of a sudden? Because a year ago when it was actually news, nobody fucking cared. You know what I mean? It's that kind of shit. It's driving me fucking insane. I'm getting less and less patience for it. Because now, it's constant. I mean, it's constant. Joe Biden said, like, we're as people, we're too smart now, I think. I think that the old politicians, I think the reason why they're fucking up so bad is because it's the current day. It isn't 40 years ago when they were really able to shuck and jive and sell us a good fucking tale. It's not that time anymore. We're a hell of a lot smarter than we used to be. We're a lot wittier. People aren't freaking out because War of the Worlds is playing on the radio and they're pretending like it's actually happening. People don't fucking freak out over that kind of shit anymore. You tell people that they're putting dihydrogen oxide in the fucking water, yeah, they'll still freak out because people are still that stupid. But nevertheless, right? Like, we're smarter than that shit now. And asshole said, I'm not going to end fracking. And then he ended fracking. He said, I'm not going to stop pipelines. And then he stopped pipelines. He said, I'm going to be a union dude. And he crushed the unions. I'm going to give everybody $15 an hour and great jobs. And he's going to try and give us all $15 an hour, but we ain't going to get great jobs. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh no, it's going to be great for everybody. And it's like, motherfucker. Really? After everything that's already happened? And you're still pot invested enough to be like, no, I can't give up the story. Seriously, think of how stupid they're going to have to feel. Russia, Ukraine, suckers and losers, just all the lies that they're going to have to sit back and go, I can't even fucking believe I ever believe that. Think about it, man. That's why the flat earthers, anybody who becomes a flat earther, my guess is they're a flat earther until they die. Because how do you seriously look at your friends and family that you have berated, screamed at, fucking called retard? How do you look at these people and go, alright, so I can now acknowledge that the earth is round. It is not flat. I'm sorry for whatever damage I might have done with my sheer and utter stupidity. How do you make that apology? Like, how do you seriously just pull up the balls to fucking go up to somebody that you have called a fucking idiot because they believed that the earth was round, you fool, and go, alright, I want to say I'm sorry for calling you an idiot for thinking the earth is round. Oh, really? You figured out the earth is round. That thing that we figured out thousands of years ago, have you? Ah! And they... Yes, I acknowledge that it was stupid for me to think that. I'm sorry. Oh! Okay. Like, how do you do that? How do you seriously fucking do that? How do you seriously go pissing Russian hookers? I forgot about that. And nobody brought it up. I brought it up. Yeah, but I just didn't want to listen to you. Because you were talking about pissing Russian hookers, and that really put a big hole in my fucking narrative. I didn't like that. Yeah, that's all people need. They need one little thing that, without proper thought, it looks like this. Obviously, they're hiding something. Everybody needs to apply proper thought as to why. If you're confused about something, if you see something that doesn't make sense to you, don't immediately leap to the fantastic. How about that? Can we just all agree that that's a fucking smart thing to do? We're gonna not automatically think it's aliens. It could be some kids fucking with the crops. Right? Some of them are very weird. But we're gonna not immediately think aliens. This could be something else. Can we do that first? Like, can we even possibly go through the process of looking into shit for real? Like, for really real, and really thinking of why it is that things might look the way they look when you see them. And stop ignoring what you see because of what you don't see. Like, there might be reasons it's not there. So, yeah, it's the leftist mindset. That leftist mindset. I can't explain this, so obviously the earth is flat. Obviously Donald Trump is racist. Obviously this fucking, no. If you're going to be that dumb, I can't help you. Like, I'm for people who can think. Right? I am not for people who need to have other people think for them. You have come into an advanced class, and you cannot hang with the rest of the students. And so I need to show you where the door is, so that you can go and find somebody your speed to help get you to the level where you might be able to comprehend the words coming out of my mouth. That's where I'm at. And I know that sounds arrogant. It's supposed to. Because I have full confidence in everything I say and do. So much so that I'm willing to be arrogant about it. And as to this point, I've been doing this for 6 years now. And maybe a handful of times, 4 or 5 times, somebody has really given me a good gut punch. But I'll tell you this much. All of the people that have suffered the fates that has been dealt to them recently, you ain't going to win the fight that you're having with me. It just isn't going to happen. And you can keep riding along in your bubble for as long as you want. But sooner or later, that bubble's going to burst. And you're going to realize you're a fucking asshole. And I will be here to hear out your apology and take you back. But again, you have to believe in reality first. I can have it no other way.